Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. Faster than a rolling O. Stronger than a silent E. Able to leap capital T in a single bound. It's a word. It's a plan. It's Dr. Yukon Suckit. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yukon Suckit. Tell your mother. So I'm broadcasting today from my secret underground headquarters, and I am bringing to you a deck I found over on MTGmeta.io, referred to as IZZET Tempo. So yeah, I saw this deck, I was taking a look around, and I thought, this looks like an interesting deck. Why? Because it is made up a lot of Dominaria United cards, and I'm interested in how those things work and what new mechanics and what new kind of thing we get going with those decks. And so here are the IZZET Tempo. Another thing is that I'm a big fan of Tempo. I'm a big fan of Tempo. I thought it was all about control, but I got to tell you, Tempo's been rocking my boat lately. And so when I saw the word Tempo on an IZZET deck, I thought, that's it. I gotta play this thing out. So let's take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll try to think about what this deck will do, and then we'll take it out on the track and see how well it does. At the low end, and there is a lot of low end in this deck, we've got Consider, which allows you to take a look at the top card of your library. You can decide whether you want to put it in your graveyard, and then you draw a card. We've got Delver of Secrets, which is a creature at the beginning of your upkeep, because it's a 1/1 for 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, you look at the top card of your library. You can choose to reveal it. If it's an instant or a sorcery, then you transform it into a flying 3/2. So the big thing about this guy is that he can become a 3/2 flyer on turn 2. It's not a great card, but it's a great card for turn 2, turn 3. You know, that's just fantastic. We got Fading Hope, which allows you to bounce back an opponent's creature or to potentially save one of your own. If it's a creature with a mana value of 3 or less, such as Delver of Secret, then you can scry 1, which allows you just to determine whether or not you want to keep the top card of your library. We got Slip Out the Back Jack, which costs you, once again, 1, where you put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature, and it phases out, which means it cannot be touched. It's not there anymore, and it comes back on the player's next turn, something like that, right? We got Spell Pierce, which is a counter spell, but only works against non-creature spells, and their opponent has to pay an additional 2 mana to keep it going, I guess. We got Ancestral Anger, which target creature gains trample and gets +1/+0, where X is the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in your graveyard. Therefore, it's not going to be any more than +3/+0, but whatever. At the end, you get to draw a card, which is nice because most likely it's going to be one of these single mana jobs right there, right? We've got Play with Fire, which costs a single mana. You deals 2 damage to any target, player, creature, planeswalker. If a player is dealt damage, though, you get to scry 1. And lastly, we've got Strangle, which deals 3 points of damage to target creature or planeswalker. So we got a truckload of stuff that only costs a single mana. That seems to me like it's going to be important here in a little bit. Now we got Ledger Shredder, who costs 2 to put out and is 1/3 with flying. And whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, then he connives. So that's why we want to have a bunch of 1s, is because we're looking to cast at least 2 spells per turn, so we can keep pumping this dude up using his connive. And you could do that multiple times. So that means if you did 4 cards in a single turn, is that really a way? If you have a creature connive, draw a card, then discard. You discard a card. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was only their second. That's the only time. So it's only 1 time per turn. That's what the deal is. All right, but that can happen on your opponent's turn as well. So if these are all instants, which a great many of them are, then you can cast 2 on your opponent's turn, making Ledger Shredder blow up on yours as well as your opponent's turn. We got the Electrostatic Infantry. It looks like a pissed off Santa Claus, right? Costs 2. He's a 1/2 trample. And whenever you cast an instance or a sorcery spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. So this guy will pump. And if you could do 2, then that's +2. You got a lot of them. You could do 3 or 4. this guy is just going to grow. Too bad he doesn't have haste, but he's got trample instead. That may be just as good. You do have the ability to protect him. Unfortunately, the ability to protect him means bouncing him back to your hand. Slip out the back would be pretty good because at least he won't, he'll maintain all of his counters, which would be really nice. We got Balmor, the Battle Mage Captain. So this is a legendary card, which usually you don't want to have more than 3 in your deck because you don't want to be sitting there stuck with them in your hand being the only thing you got. But apparently that's what this deck is all about, is having the Battle Mage Captain out. So you want to allow for him to die, and you can just put out another one immediately afterwards. So for 2 mana, he's a 1/3, much like the Ledger Shredder, with flying, just like the Ledger Shredder. But in this case, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, creatures, as in all of them, you control, get +1/+0 and gain trample till the end of turn. So that I'm sure is what your deal is you're looking to get out some creatures, and you got a bunch of them so far, and then just balloon them up based upon playing cards, at which point they go crazy town, and a lot of them have either flying or trample. Let's continue on. We got Inspired Idea, which costs you 3 to draw 3 cards. Just draw 3 cards. But your maximum hand side is reduced by 3 for the rest of the game, meaning you can have no more than 4 cards in your hand for the rest of the game. Now, if you play it for its cleave cost, which is 5 rather than 3, you just get to draw those 3 cards and not worry about the rest. So I would recommend this be one of those you hold on to, or you only play it when you're okay with not having more than 4 cards in your hand at any time. Which, if you play this thing fast, is probably okay. And if you're in a desperate strait, you got enough mana, you can play this thing for 3, draw 3 cards, and then probably play 3 more cards, which means that you'd be able to get 4 sorceries and instants played in a single turn, which right there is going to be +4 to all creatures. And trample. All right, we got Squee, the Dubious Monarch, which costs you 3, or a 2/2 with haste. Whenever it attacks, you create an attacking 1/1 red goblin token. And the great thing about him is if he gets killed, you could just pay 4 to drag him out of your graveyard again. And you have to be willing to also exile 4 additional creatures in your graveyard. Not creatures, but just cards. Someone tells me that won't be a problem. That's it for the cards. Look at the lands. We've got duels. We got a bunch of in the basic lands. We got a Kamigawa Blue, which bounces stuff. And we got a Kamigawa Red, which puts out hasty 1/1 spirit tokens. So this is, I'm not even sure what's tempo about this. This seems very aggro to me. I guess there's not a lot, but it's going to go fast. I don't know why someone thinks this is tempo. But anyways, there we go. That's the deck. Let's take it out and see how well it works. All right, playing against Gens. We got 2 mana, 3rd red. Let's keep it. Turn Delver into our Superman. I'm going to set out the Ledger Shredder so we can start doubling up on the number of spells we cast per turn. Touch his fox. Goofy looking little jerk. You keep at it, my friend. All right, there's 3. Let's go ahead and put out the Battle Mage. And let's go ahead and consider the future. Yeah, right. I'll attack. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I'm fairly certain we have what it takes to kill. Except now we don't. Oh, I have to sacrifice a creature. This guy's not as great as he looks. So isn't willing to sacrifice the insectile aberration for this single blocker. Was it 7 between the two of them? Well, you're touching guys, aren't you? Yeah, don't be attracting my attention. You're trying to be a distraction, aren't you? I'll pet my fish cubert over here. Enjoy them inner John cubes there, cubes. Now he's going for it. All right, big money, come on. Big money, reveal. All right, there we go. Okay, we've got ourselves 6, and we can start pumping, can't we? I'm going to start off by considering the future. Negative. I'm going to Ancestral Anger on the flyer. That sounds like a really good idea. And then I'm going to Ancestral Anger on another flyer. And let's just go ahead and shoot somebody. Sorry for the muting there, my friend. Victory! Our plan against Coco. A name so great, it had to be used twice. We got 2 mana with a bunch of really cheap stuff. Let's keep it. Oh, we're going to have to play the slow game, all right? I'll do it. Coco. Looks like we're doing a lot of Delver Secrets. Yeah, I'm going to strangle them. That's what I'm going to do. No, don't be good gaming me. Yeah. Let's see. We've got only 1 mana there, huh? How about the Battle Captain? I'll attack. Coco. That fox looks naked in comparison to the last one we saw. Another red mana, single blue. Let's start off with a Delver of Secret. Let's go ahead and start strangling somebody. And I'll attack. I'm going to choke it back with the fire for the moment. Don't be looking to kill. That battle mage is a perfectly reasonable person. Okay, that's fine. Put out your toadstool. I gotta wait till my turn. And we win! Victory! Our playing against Pumpkinman. Pumpkin Man. Or is it Pumpkinman? I'm not quite sure. Alright, we have 0 red. I'm not sure I'm willing to go with that. Let's mulligan this. And keep it. What are we going to get rid of here? Yeah, and we're not going to do that. Alright, Delver of Secret. He's the Delver of Secret. He likes to look around at secrets. No. Decline. And we will red it up. I'll attack. Prepare to feel my awesome 1 power. Alright, well, apparently I just have to sit there and kill you slowly. Counter everything. Gnarled creature spell hasn't helped me out at all. All right, Ledger Shredder. All these cards are defensive for the most part. 18 more turns to go. Is that a non-creature spell? No. Come on, stop playing creatures, jerko. This is not getting too handy, is it? All right, number 1. I don't really feel like doing this at all, and plus nothing else seems to happen. Might as well just attack. And we're done. Get rid of that one. Yeah, I'm an 11-5. I'm a 15-5. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. Pass. Pass. Oh, I didn't keep it. That sucked. Let's see. What are we going to do here? Let's consider the top card. Sure. Let's consider it again. I hate this. Nope. There we go. Let's keep going. All right, it's down to 7. We got to slip out the back, which we can use defensively. A lot like that. Down to 2. Well, that sucked. I just died. How did that happen? I couldn't sacrifice something? Alright, playing against SnipeUout. Or is it SnipeUout? 2 mana. Keep. Alright, number 2 gets us into a Ledger Shredder. Come on, big mana. That's not mana. Battle Mage. All attack. What does this guy even do here? The attacks, step in the library, but if it didn't attack, I don't know. What we can do is play number 1. And let's play number 2. And then we're going to get rid of the Spell Pierce. And, yeah, we'll take it. All right, all attack. I'm down to 12. He really likes that guy. Let's do it this way. 1, 2, and there we go. Winner, winner, victory dinner. Our pen against Trogdor, the slow. Trogdor! Trogdor! Trogdor was a man. I'm going to keep it. I'm a sucker for colors I can play, right? Delver's Secret. We'll pick up a red somewhere along the way. Yes! Ledge Shredder. All attack. I have to Fading Hope twice to be able to activate it. What is this, non-creature? It tells me this guy's been playing a lot of creatures. That looks a lot like a creature. What does this do? Just mana? Come on down, Jelly Bean. Give me your red mana. Red mana, red mana, red mana. All right, let's just play this the hard way then. 1. Sure, why not? 2. There he is. Let's get rid of Spell Pierce. That seems to, get rid of, well, I guess that's it. See you later, Trogdor. Victory! Alright, playing against Punfusion. I gotta tell you, I dislike puns big time. Alright, so here we go. A Ledger Shredder, huh? Alright, let's keep it. Let's see if we can make it work. 1. 2. Ledger Shredder. All right. 3. Battle Mage. And Consider. Sure, why not? I'll attack. Okay. Got 1 red. Let's start off with a little consideration. Yeah, I do like that quite a bit. And then, all right, red land. Yeah. Ledger Shredder. Seven, 9 trample. So what? The end of the turn's got to be. Can't be forever. Come on, yeah, I'll let it go. You can do whatever you want. No blocks. That's a lot of sound activity there. End your turn. End your turn. End your turn. There you go. All right. Here's a Squee. Let's strangle up that guy. And we win. Victory! All right, so here we are with IZZET Tempo. And I got to say, this is probably going to be one of those decks that you're going to end up hating playing against in the long run. It seems really good. I haven't seen it myself. So I thought when I saw this online, I thought, wow, this looks pretty decent. But it did way too well. When I played it, pretty much all my games were about 2 minutes long and pretty much everybody rage quit. So yeah, that's what you get from it. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it a tiny bit. What was the awesomest? It was the Battle Mage Captain giving out +1 to all of your creatures with trample until the end of the turn. Ledger Shredder, of course, we've known how good this card is. it continues to be awesome. And all of these cards, while a little bit on the underpowered side, are doing exactly what they need to do, which is be cheap enough to cast 2 of pretty much every turn. And they're there, and it seems to work out. I'm kind of surprised we don't have much in the way of card draw. So yeah, there's an inspired idea right here. I just don't know why. I mean, I'd never want to play it for its non-cleave place there. You have to get, what, 5 mana to be able to play it? I mean, that's fine. You do that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and rate this one up. The question is this deck competitive? I think yes. I think it is very competitive. I think this is a ladder climber. In fact, I was a little bored with it because the games went so quickly. I mean, there were a couple that I lost, but I mean, that was more the exception than the rule. You know, every deck can lose, and that's the way I kind of felt like with this deck. So number 2, is this deck fun? Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, the problem is I wasn't able to play it that long each time to actually feel like I was having fun. It deck ramped up quick, let's put it that way, and I was definitely hitting for like 8 per turn in the early game, right? Early, turn 3 kind of situation. So, yeah. I mean, it can be. And then the thing is, was it interesting? And it was interesting just because we were playing with so many new cards. I really liked it. Battle Mage, the Electrostatic Infantry, that guy's pretty cool looking. We got the Squee Dubious Monarch, who I played before in the Goblin deck, and I thought was super cool. I didn't particularly care for Inspired Idea. I obviously it's been around since whatever the Vampire set is, and you don't really see it ever, so I'm just kind of surprised it was in here. What else do we have? Ancestral, that's a card you never see. Ancestral Anger, whatever. These are all older cards, I guess. So yeah, it's just like 4 or 5 new cards, 4. But stuff from New Capenna as well. So it was an interesting new deck. It kind of reminded me of Kiln Fiend back in the day, where pretty much you're just trying to get out dudes that pump when you play instants and sorceries, and then you just trample in with super hasty, unblockable power and kill them. This is a lot like that. Not quite, but could be. Yeah, if you get some like unblockable in here for like single one, I don't know if it exists in this meta. I'd have to go looking for it. But that would be something that would go over very well. I mean, the trample that's provided by the Battle Mage is probably the evasion that you're trying to take advantage of. So what am I going to rate this deck? I mean, I got to give it at least an A because of its competitiveness. But the fun and the interest factor, they're there. So I'm going to give it a solid A. I'm going to say it's definitely worth playing. If you're the kind of person that likes winning and climbing the ladder, this is probably the deck for you. If you're looking for something that's, more interesting, something that's going to have a lot of variation to it, maybe this isn't your deck. But anyways, it's definitely an A-level deck, and if you so choose to play it, I hope you have as much fun, if not more, than I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.